Hello, everyone. I'm back. How are you guys doing? Can everybody hear me? Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Tanya. Welcome to
Hello.
everyone.
Welcome. Hello, everyone in chat. Hello, and a warm welcome to my moderators. Congratulations, and to your brand new shiny ranch. So, my hair. Please don't remind me. But I got confident enough today to show you my half finished hair. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I haven't seen you guys, and you guys have not seen me in a long time live on camera. So I thought, F it, just do it. Who cares? It's not the end of the world. Well, I'm about, yeah, it's not orange anymore. Not so much orange anymore, but it's still a little bit orange. All right. What are we gonna do today? First of all, I gotta apologize for yesterday. We had a massive snowstorm all of a sudden. Dawn, I gotta mute you because I hear myself talking. Or you mute yourself, if that's okay. Dawn? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all of a sudden, I don't know why, it started snowing again. Yeah, t-shirt weather it was. I was out Monday in flip-flops, and now all of a sudden temperatures dropped. And yeah, you have no sound. Adrian, do you hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Adrian, it must be on your end. All right, so we're gonna be doing 2 live streams tonight. This one talking a little bit about the data of the Lexus, and a little bit about, good, Adrian, a little bit about the evidence they took from the Lexus. I was thinking, I did all that already, not specifically the Lexus, but so many people requested the router, especially. So I thought, I'm going to be doing a little live stream only on that topic, because it goes under kind of when I do these 2-3 hour live streams, right? So yeah, people were interested in me showing that. So I'm also going to be doing a live stream, especially only on the router, and then I'm going to be moving on from the router. So people who are interested will have to just watch my previous videos, all right? Okay, after that live stream, we're gonna be investigating Nicole Kessinger a little bit and Chris Watts. We're gonna be looking into their whereabouts on Sunday, especially. This also I already presented in my timeline of death, which I'm gonna be continuing soon, very soon. Yeah, only I take, out little excerpts from everything so people, can process the information better. Alrighty, I'm gonna turn off my camera to save data a little bit and share my screen with you guys. Okay, so I don't see chat, just in case anything happens. Yeah. 1 wee second. There it is. So I'm gonna remove us. Here you go. All right. So Chris Watts, key evidence. We all know that law enforcement did not really look into the details and everything they could have gotten information from, or evidence or data. So they shut this case without looking into detail. And what I want to do is I want to find out, is there a possibility they could have looked into this, into that, into the car, into all sorts of things using the data. I obtained information about the Lexus because people were also curious on who had the Lexus after Shanann was murdered. and where is it, right? So you guys don't know that, but my car is like I'm just gonna say it, it's a shithole. So I bought a new car, and this guy happened to deal with Toyota versus Lexus as well. I'm not having a Lexus, I cannot afford it, so I'm having a small little car, a red black car. But yeah, this guy is dealing also with Lexus and Toyota. So Toyota is making Lexus. Yeah, everyone can obtain this information if you have the right numbers, but you gotta pay for it. So I was lucky to not pay for information. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what I obtained. So this is especially Shanann's Lexus. This is all the data concerning her VIN number. The VIN number is given to every car. You can find out through different programs. If you want to buy a car, a used car, you can check via the VIN number. Was it involved in an accident? Did they do their checkups? All this stuff, right? And it also gives you how many people owned that car before me. And they also do some sort of sales history and price and all that stuff you can do. So the 2016 Lexus RX, the odometer was all right, safety recalls, no problems found, no accidents. The mileage is gonna be given, and sales history, it says no records found. This is because it was given privately, and they did not put it into the system, that it wasn't sold through a system or a Lexus dealer. So here we have the ownership history. The first owner, personal lease, was obviously Shanann. The second owner was also a lease. The third owner in 2019, both in 2019, so it had a second owner in 2019. And a third owner also in 2019, as you can see here. And we have a fourth owner that bought the car in 2021. There is no data available for the purchase of 2021 because it's not there. They gotta wait such and such long time before they have the data in their system. So here you can see, and as I said, this is especially Shanann's car. It's not an overview of or an average of any Lexus driving around. It's Shanann's vehicle. So here you can see on the 26th of July, brand new car. Then they waited a little bit, and on 24th of August, it was given to Shanann, and then they're driving. Driving. So this, I cut that off. I'm sorry about that. This says kilometers, and this says 2022. I did, this says kilometers because we don't do miles in Europe. So I don't know if it's in kilometers all the time, or if it's by default in their system with kilometers, but I calculated it in miles for you guys. So 1 kilometer is 0.62 miles. We see here, Shanann posted, totally did not expect to buy a car today. I'm so excited. And she did that on July 29th. So here the car was offered on the 20th. Then they drove around a little bit. I don't know why, or they gotta go from A to B or whatever. On the 26th, it has 21 kilometers. That's 13.5 miles. And I'm going to be showing you in a minute why it has those events marked. So Shanann bought the car July 29th, 2016, lines up roughly with the time that car was presented to her. Then we go ahead in 2017, you see the mile markers. This I found in her posts, as well as these. These are all posts from Shanann, where she took pictures of her dashboard. And this is how I know how many miles she had on her Lexus. So they did drive quite a lot. I mean, from 9,321 miles to 20,000 miles within like a year, not even. And then here from May 2018 up until March 27th, 2019, it gets less and less and less and less and less. All right. Is that understandable so far? Do you guys have any questions so far? Can you even hear me? Have any questions so far? If not, then I move on. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not talking gibberish and somebody or someone is saying, oh, I don't understand a word you're saying. What are you talking about? So if everybody is no questions so far, okay, then let's move on. This I did not in miles. I'm sorry about that, but it lines up with these mile markers. You can see here basically the timeline of the life of this vehicle. It was offered for sale on July the 20th, 2016. It had 2 kilometers mileage, which lines up here. This is 2 kilometers, the 20th of July, and then so on and so on. So it all lines up. I checked. So the vehicle was serviced because Shanann already picked it out. She wanted, she had different options of what vehicle she's gonna go get through her Thrive car thingy she had. And then on August the 24th, NMVTIS means that car was registered in her name. So then so on and so on. So you can see she's driving quite a bit, here from April to September, like 8,000 kilometers. Then here as well, within a year, she's happy. She's having a new car. She's excited. Of course, she's driving around. So then from September 2017 up until May 9th, 2018, she's driving. So it doubles up basically every year. Don, I really have to mute you. I hear myself. It's cracking in the... Oh, thank you. Where was I? Here. So the mileage basically doubles up a little bit. Then here you can see also on the 25th, she serviced the vehicle. On September 21st as well. On May the 9th, vehicle serviced. I think I remember her even posting at around May that she got new tires. And also this is registered, right? So then, unfortunately, tragedy happened. And on March 27th, somebody else got the car in 2019. Somebody else got the car. They drove it. We don't know if the car, was given to her parents. I assume it was, and I'll tell you why in a second. So from March 27th, 2019, they had the car, new owner, new insurance, and it was sold on October the 30th, 2019 with 40,164 kilometers onto somebody else, and it was serviced then as well. The last service was March the 30th, so last month, not too long ago, with 41,000 something kilometers. That person who bought the car serviced it again. So here you can see the ownership obviously, on August the 24th, Shanann had the insurance and the title and the registration in her name. The vehicle was registered with 50 kilometers. That's about, what was it? Yeah, that's about 20, 25-ish something miles. So brand new car. Then after her death, it was given to somebody in North Carolina, as you can see here. So you don't see, well, I don't see, or the normal person doesn't see any addresses of the new owners, but it gives you the state. So we know that car went to North Carolina on March 27th, 2019. So 6 months, 7, 8 months after Shanann had been murdered, and title and registration was put into the person out of NC's name. Then they sold it on October the 30th, because here a new title and registration. It could have been that a different family member took over everything, and had the title and registration in their name rather than, if the family had it. I don't know, but I'm assuming because it's NC, it says NC. This could also have been the case that they just, it was given to somebody in the family maybe, and they did not sell it on, but it looks like that they sold it. Did not drive a lot with that car, just over 500 kilometers. That's basically nothing. Yeah. So then what you can also see is that the vehicle, and this is obviously Shanann's white Lexus, the vehicle has no damages whatsoever. As you could see here, up there, accidents, no problem, no accidents, nothing. So the car is in very good shape. All right, then let's go into the black box a little bit. The black box is, and I found a good article. Dawn is going to explain to you guys shortly a little bit more into detail what is the black box, where's the data going. But I found a very, very good article I want to read out to you. So the black box is basically the same thing as an airplane or something has a black box and a voice recorder. It's called EDR, Event Data Recorder, for the cars. And your car has one too. Did you know that? I didn't. So the black box data has been used in a few high-profile investigations. In 2011, Massachusetts Lieutenant Governor Timothy Murray totaled a government car. He walked away. He claimed he was driving the speed limit and wearing a seatbelt. Investigators used his black box data to show he was driving 100 miles per hour without a seatbelt at the time of the crash. Since the early 2000s, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, has been collecting black box information to get a better picture of the circumstances surrounding car accidents. In 2013, 96% of every new car sold in the United States came with a black box, and as of September the 1st, 2014, every new vehicle must have one installed. So it's by default now, every car from September the 1st, 2014 must have a black box installed. What do black boxes record? While the first generation event data recorders, that's the black box, did little more than track whether or not the car's airbags deployed, recording and sensor technologies have become smaller and much more powerful. The NHTSA has mandated that every new recorder must track 15 variables. The information includes vehicle speed, throttle position, airbag deployment times. There you can see it doesn't only tells you when an airbag deployed. It also tells you the time when. So where do they get their data from, right? Whether the brakes were applied, if seat belts were worn, engine speed, steering angles, and more. Manufacturers may also have up to 30 additional data points if they want, excluding, they say, GPS location, video, and audio. Also, a black box only stores information for 20 seconds around the crash. Still, many privacy advocates worry that the recording length might eventually increase and include more identifying information. That raises the question of who can access the data in the first place, right? So, who can pull the data? You can't unless you can afford it. Getting your hands on black box data requires professional training and a crash data retrieval system that starts at $2,000 and can cost up to $20,000 with accessories. The CDR system plugs into the onboard diagnostics port under the dashboard on the driver's side and transfers the information to a special computer program. Obviously, car manufacturers have that equipment. The NHTSA and law enforcement have the resources to get the information either directly or through specialized third parties. Third-party shops often pull the data as part of an accident reconstruction service. Insurance companies and law firms may also use third parties to get data for accident and investigations or court cases. So you see, they had the possibility to pull the data not only from Chris Watts' truck. They didn't even rely on his geotab, right? They could have pulled the information of his black box, even though they say we don't record GPS or something like that. But as we know from my Alexa presentation, they do as well. Okay, Don. Don wanted to share something. Shall I just add it? Yeah.
Yes. Sorry for the echo. I don't know what is happening, but every setting is like in every live stream. Okay, Tanya and I worked in parallel, and some parts of my presentation could overlap, but I think there are some things that you might be interested to know. We're talking about smart cars. The Lexus RX350 is one of those smart cars of today. In short, a smart car is a vehicle that has additional features than a regular car has. What additional features can have? For instance, it is connected to the internet, can store data in a cloud system, has many convenience functions, and I wanted to list them all, but there are too many, starting with voice control, all kind of comfort systems like opening and closing the headlights when you when you are home, interior lighting, and so on. And they have also an integrated safety and aid features. Many of you that you are driving such cars know them, like parking aid, lane assist, auto braking, cruise control, safe driving, etc. my main interest in this presentation was to make you understand that everything is possible only by collecting a huge quantity of data using sensors, onboard computers, an integrated cellular phone, and special recording devices that Tanya mentioned about, called black boxes. As you can see in this illustration, you can connect your car to your car using your smartphone, your watch, smartwatch. What else? This shows that the location is recorded, a GPS system is available, all kind of storage systems. A smart display can be on the dashboard and so on. So we're talking about this car, quite modern car with lots of features. As Tanya said, and maybe you know, Lexus is the luxury car make, the luxury part of Toyota, Japan. I looked a little and I found out that it has up to 36 onboard computers and a lot of safety features included, like applying brakes in case collision is detected, an imminent collision is detected, lane assist, lane departure when going out of the parking lot, automatic high beam. You know, you drive with high beam all the time, and the car sees the incoming traffic and diverts the headlights so the incoming drivers are not blinded. Radar cruise control, and so on. And the Safety Connect, which means that it is a subscription-based telematics service, meaning a service that monitors your car almost in real time using the global positioning system, and as I told you, an embedded cellular technology on board. That is a service not available by default. You have to pay an extra fee. And the main reason Lexus provides this service is for safety and security. In case of an accident, in case of robbery, and any kind of unexpected events, you can connect.
I was told that if you lease a car, you have to sign up for this. It's a must.
Yes, it is related to the insurance company for that lease. They are available 24/7. Now, the black box. A small definition, it is a very well protected onboard device that records a vast quantity of information for various reasons. Why should be well protected? Well, it is quite obvious. In case of a crash, in case of a fire, that device has to stay intact, more or less, to be able to extract data from it. What a black box is used for mainly? As you can see, assistance in case of a crash, investigation, assistance for a scheduled warranty inspection. They want to know the driving style because in case you handle the car too roughly, they don't offer anymore any kind of warranty. Also, the black box is of interest for insurance companies. It can be used for remote testing and repairing of the car. And lastly, but not less important, assistance for law enforcement investigations. I tried to find out how long a recording can be. I couldn't find exactly for this type of vehicle, but it can vary from a few hours up to a year, depending.
I found it. It's
Okay,
30 days, and then it's overwriting.
okay. Um, but there is also the possibility that every bit of information is sent to a cloud, and it's almost the same as with Nate's footage. Okay. The main parameters and events recorded, obviously the time, the location, meaning departure and arrival, distances for trips, speed, accelerating, braking, engine parameters, seat belts and airbags, crashes, information about crashes, powertrain faults, etc. I couldn't find a bigger font for this, but I don't like whining more about the lack of investigation made by the law enforcement, but this is another nail in the coffin for them. To me, more important would be what do we do next. But enough of that for now. In the next live stream, maybe we will touch a little about it. Okay, Tanya, that's it.
Thank you, Don. Thank you. Yeah, so where do they get their information from, right? It has to be some sort of connection to some kind of system to even get the mileage, for example, right? So I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so we stopped at who can pull data. So obviously third parties such as manufacturers or car dealers who have the equipment for it. It's very expensive. So I could see why maybe they didn't know, but I could see why they didn't do it. Colorado is they don't spend any money anyway. So yeah. All right.
Just a small information. Any law enforcement agency has the possibility to extract data.
Yes.
At least in my country, I expect to be the same in the USA.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is thanks to Dave. He sent me this when I asked him for information about their car. Shanann sent what's an insurance identification card issued by USAA, the policy number for their Lexus 2016 RX. The effective dates are August 15th, 2018 through February 15th, 2019. So she sends him the USAA policy and tells him, this has to be paid. Even though they get a car bonus of $800, it obviously is not enough to keep the car, or, the car is very, very expensive. I don't know how much they paid with insurance, and I was told it's around $500. So, yeah, it all came, as you see, in one big bulk, On August the 13th, the childcare was due, the mortgage was due, the car insurance was due, and all these things, right? So I was thinking, how can I find out if the insurance is connected to the data the car or the black box gives us, right? Because car insurance, especially as I said before, when you lease a car, so it wasn't her own car, she just got a bonus of for the car of $800. She leased it, so you have to sign up for that safety thing, and the black box is recording all this stuff. So, and I thought, how can this be connected to his car or to the Lexus? And I found that one. So that's the USAA mobile app. That's the insurance app. And see what they do. You can get auto ID cards, get proof of insurance. So they have your data, right? Obviously, it's your insurance. Add vehicles and drivers, change your coverage, pay your bill, request roadside assistance. And to request roadside assistance, they must know where you are at. So this little app is recording everything from the Lexus. And I found it. I found it in the discovery that he had this app. And so the app and his phone was connected to the Lexus. That's even more interesting, because then they could have pulled everything, his locations, everything. They wouldn't rely on Apple for significant locations or anything like that, because this app would have given it to them. I don't know if they knew, but yeah, so I found it in the discovery, you guys see. He has plugins that's just updates and stuff, and this is your app ID. That means you get an app ID. You don't see that app ID, but every time you download an app, your the program or the app is putting out a personal ID for you, so they know this ID number is Chris Watts' cell phone, right? So he has the USAA mobile app. USAA, and this is important. USAAS, share data. That means that app from their insurance can access the data from the black box. He has that. So he's allowing them to share data from his phone, through his phone, from the vehicle's black box. Then he has extensions like with Siri, for example, when there's an accident or something, to get help. And he just has to say, Siri, please call. I'm not going to say it because then my Siri is going to come on. Yeah, so he has all that transaction widget for paying. And this is the app he downloaded. So this is his registration or app ID. But this is the most important thing. USAA share the data. And it's in the discovery. I couldn't believe when I found it. So what else did they have access to? What else did Shanann install in her vehicle? Or what else had they, could they see? Because once you hook up this to your phone and allow them to access data, and then you hook up your phone to, let's say, Bluetooth or whatever, they can read all that out if they have to, right? So this is a post of Shanann as well. I got that from the Lexus website. Bluetooth, it can connect your phone to Bluetooth. And as you can see here, Shanann did that. She connected her phone via Bluetooth to her car. So now we know they had it. What else is there? CarPlay, Apple CarPlay. And see what I found here. Chris had the CarPlay app on his phone. CarPlay. This is the diagnostics and a plugin, but he had that app. I was just too lazy to look for it. So CarPlay, they had. Bluetooth, they had. Android Auto, obviously not, because they did not use an Android phone. And here you go. You see what's there? Alexa. So they could have, I have no proof for it, but they could have hooked up Alexa to their car. For example, for a remote start or heating up the car before you get in the winter, stuff like that, right? Alexa can do that. So if you tell Alexa, heat up my car, I'm going to go out in 5 minutes, she will. And this is all data they collect about you, and you give them basically a free pass to share all of your data with them. So do you remember what I told you before about Alexa and what Alexa can actually do? But they say, Amazon says they don't do it, but they can, because Alexa helped in many, many, many murder cases and many investigations in the past. So the possibility is there, even though they say, no, we're not going to do it, right? It takes a court order. As the author of this article says, they say they don't pull the data, but they could. It's a possibility. Then here, Safety Connect. This is what you have to hook up your vehicle if you lease it. So then there was a concern. The protection of our customers' information and privacy is paramount to Lexus. A Safety Connect vehicle can be located with GPS if there is an airbag deployment or a severe rear end collision. The vehicle is not tracked in these instances, only located to direct emergency responders. Well, even though they might not collect the data, they must know where you are at, right? So how do they obtain that data? Of course, they track you. Otherwise, they couldn't send out anybody to help you. To activate stolen vehicle tracking through Safety Connect, the Safety Connect Response Center must have a police report on file to ensure there is an actual theft involved. The stolen vehicle location feature is designed to locate a vehicle, not an individual. Well, if you find the vehicle, you most certainly find the individual. Then I found something else while looking through. His watch was connected to the car as well. So this is the car DNDD. DNDD means, the car DNDD of Apple means basically this thingy where it says, I'm driving, blah, 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 blah. So he had that hooked up as well in the Apple Car Kit. So Car Kit includes the music, the Bluetooth, all this stuff, what you can hook up to your Lexus. And he had that, but that was just on a side note. Yeah, as you can see, many, 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 many crazy things out there in the world, how they can track you and all. I mean, they say they don't, but it only takes a little court order and they bust you. All right. Are there any questions so far on that before I move on into the evidence, what they took from the Lexis? Is there anything you guys want to know? And if I can answer any question to my ability, then I will. And if not, then I just move on. All right. This is from the discovery as well. This is a report. And I did not want to go so much into detail about that report, but I want to show you something. It says, at approximately 10 hours on August the 21st, 2018, I reported to 245 Oak Street, Frederick, to execute 2 vehicle search warrants. The processing of the vehicles was completed by CBI agent David Yoakum, crime scene analyst, and Kaylee Henson, forensic scientist. Prior to the beginning of processing, I verified the vehicle license plates and VIN, matching them to respective copies of the search warrants. In attendance from our agency was Detective Baumhofer, Lindsay Simmons, and myself. This is Officer Volley and myself. All evidence items were transferred directly from above mentioned CBI agents to myself and immediately logged into property. All evidence items were directly transferred from CBI agents to myself and assigned an item number, which was written on each evidence bag. L. Simmons was in the course of being trained as a field evidence technician and assisted by writing on some evidence item bags while I assigned numbers prior to transport. Besides observing, my primary task was transferring evidence from CBI possession to our agency and into our evidence room. I signed and transferred of evidence form to that effect. At the time of process, the evidence items collected from the 2 vehicles were assigned as items number 82 through 97. The suspect's work truck was processed first, then the Lexus. I placed copies of the vehicle search warrants along with the inventory list on the front seats of each vehicle. I requested final photographs be taken to include said mentioned documents. Start of processing began at 10:20 hours and ended at 13:39 hours. Upon completing the searches, I sealed the vehicles with evidence tape to all locations and that the previous tape was located prior to searches and wrote my initials and the date on each one. I immediately transported all evidence items to the Frederick Police Department and entered all items into the evidence room for storage. End of report. So these are Officer Valley's written notes. It's a bit mixed up, yeah. So we don't really know what was found in the Lexus and what was found in Chris Watts's truck. So, but what they found was Tuesday vehicle search, shovel, a crescent wrench, maybe that was the lost one from Troy McCoy, haha, sand and dirt, work boots, stuffed animals, blankets, and black trash bags. This is what they found on a Tuesday search. Then there you go. The scene observations. So first off, they took the gray Ford F-250, which is Chris's work truck. In the bed of the truck were asphyxiated toolboxes and fuel tanks, hose implements, as well as miscellaneous hand tools, which included a round point shovel. That's the item number in brackets. A square point shovel, item number, and a sickle, item number 10, were identified and collected. Also within the bed of the truck was a partially full gas can. Item number 11. They also took that gas can into evidence. Located in the front passenger compartment of the truck, a roll of plastic bags was observed and collected from the front passenger side floorboard. Number 13. The front driver's seat, number 14, and front passenger seat, number 15, were covered with canvas seat covers. So they give, for every single thing, give a number of what they collect. From the steering wheel, a possible DNA swab was collected, number 12. In the rear seat were 2 large plastic bins that contained miscellaneous work materials, safety equipment, personal items, maps, and paperwork. A pair of black rubber boots, number 16, were located on the floor behind the front passenger seat. Beneath the rear seat were additional miscellaneous tools. Adhesive lifts were collected from the rear seating area and floor, number 17 and 18. Located in the front passenger side door panel was a green disposable cigarette lighter, number 20. So the cigarette lighter, all that stuff they took into evidence, right? So vehicle number 2, the Lexus. The vehicle was parked indoors at a large warehouse located at 247 3rd Street along with several other vehicles. The vehicle was observed to be in good shape with no visible defects or serious damage. The SUV was unlocked, however, the doors, windows, trunk, and hood had been sealed with evidence seals and were observed to be intact and unbroken. The interior of the vehicle was relatively clean and uncluttered. In the rear seat passenger area were 2 car seats affixed and secured in place. Do you notice something? They don't take these items into evidence. So the car seats are none of as much of significance as a cigarette lighter, right? Girls' clothing and shoes were noted on the floor along with small toys and a stuffed animal. Also, these items were not taken into evidence. Why? In the rear cargo of the vehicle were numerous zippered, empty duffel-style bags. Also located in the cargo area were several items of men's clothing, and we're talking Lexus here, which included a shirt, number 22, socks, underwear, jeans, and belt. So the shirt is important, but the socks, underwear, jeans, and belt is not. A pair of newer brown leather boots, they took those, number 21, was also observed and collected. Medical paperwork as well as paperwork collected from the front center console identifying dates and times of travel from Denver Airport was also collected, number 23. So how can a piece of paper or a ticket, an airplane ticket, be of more significance than shoes, underwear, belt, or jeans? Really, really weird. All items of evidence collected at the impound facility on Tuesday, August the 21st, were transferred to Detective Baumhofer at 13:10 hours on Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. CBI cleared the scene at the Frederick impound lot at 13:30 hours on August the 21st, 2018. And here you see a list what they took from the truck. All these items I just read out to you are consistent with what they took from the truck, from the work truck. And now here, from Shannon's Lexus, they only took the brown boots, the white shirt, and miscellaneous paperwork from Lexus. So I'm wondering, how is that not of significance? The empty duffel bags, there could have been a body in there. Yeah, to just say worst case scenario. The girl's clothing and shoes, not taken into evidence. The stuffed animals, they were looking for that, and he said he threw it away, or the wind blew it away. He left it on site. Yeah, they were looking for that stuff, And they found it in the Lexus, so why not taking this into evidence? I don't get it. So only 3 items out of whatever they found here. Yeah, the girl's clothes, the man's clothes, all that stuff they did not take into evidence. And I wonder why. Did they pick, like, is boots or kids' clothes not more important than a cigarette lighter? What do you guys think? I think it's ridiculous. Who's shouting? Am I shouting? I'm getting excited. See you later, Penny. Thank you. Yeah. I doubt that they ever did. And I I said the other day I have not seen the hair, but I looked again into the discovery and I think I saw something that looks like hair. So Catherine, I think you said something about the hair and that you saw a picture. I think you're right. It's something I saw as well. One strain of blonde hair on Bella's tank. Oh, that sounded horrible, Bella's tank. I'm sorry. That really sounded horrible. Yeah, it's like the girls' backpacks. They should have noted they were packed for school. Exactly, Dave G. They were packed, ready for school. And you know where they, by mistake, you can see it on body cam. They were in her office. And, you know, when you walk in to the left in the corner, they were just there, ready to go. You know, really, really weird. So, yeah. I'm just wondering, why did they not take more evidence? And, you know, all of this stuff was important, in my opinion. You know, they make the night to a day if a family is missing, if there are murders or if it's foul play or whatever, right? Why don't they collect everything? What are they thinking when it comes to collecting evidence? First of all, everything is important or could be of importance. This is why cases sometimes get thrown out because they don't collect all the evidence, right? So I would have definitely collected the girl's clothing. Definitely. So, yeah, everything is important. Exactly. And if it's not later on, you can still get rid of it or declare it not important. But, you know, what I have, right? Alrighty, you guys. I'm 2 minutes over my time. I wanted to go live only for an hour with this subject. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that was interesting to you guys. About the data, yeah, they know. I mean, what more can you get other than, you know, they say they're not looking. They say, your data is this and that, and let you agree every time you do a Google search and all that stuff. But if it comes hard on hard, they're gonna bust you, definitely. You know, and they gotta have the data from somewhere to, you know, but most people don't think about this. So when I, you know, have this stuff in my car, I'm thinking because I'm thinking about data a lot. But, you know, the average person, would you think that they can see where you are? They can track you if you push an SOS button or whatever? No. Thank you so much, Midge. All right, you guys, I'm gonna see you in about 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes to get a drink and stuff like that. Over in the next live stream, 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna put a link again, and we're gonna have an open panel discussion. So if you guys are up for it, you're welcome to join me on panel after my presentation. And yeah, without further ado, I am gonna get a drink, get some coffee, and I see you guys in 5. See you later. Bye-bye.